Yeah.
Yeah, they got it bumping.
Why buy the lie when the truth is free? Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting heart's desires, faith that anything is possible, probable. With God, I'm unstoppable. Can't deny denial. Life flowing through, living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics. Pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic. Design, planned in fashion. Gado Yeshayahu. Hallelujah. Total Robbie Yeshua. Great salvation. All praises, all honor, all glory to the Most High God. Thank you so much for the light. Peace and blessings, my people. Peace and blessings. What it do, family? What it do? Hopefully y'all can hear me, man. Hopefully the sound is coming through clear. Let me know in the chat if you all are getting a clear audio right now, if you all are getting a clear visual. Man, I don't know if y'all hear my voice, man, but hey, I gotta definitely drink some tea a little later, man. Gotta get my vocal cords back aligned, man. But hey, we're gonna get there. I got a message today, as you all can see by the title of this video. Social credit system. Conform or be canceled. Oh yeah. We about to dive deep, family. If y'all already know, man, on this side of YouTube, we create content to inspire, to encourage, and to motivate the next to be great. And so today, family, I just wanted to shed some light on something that I see, a phenomenon taking place. And obviously, hey, there's nothing new under the sun. And as I think about that parable where, you know, in the Bible, where Yeshua, Jesus, Hamashiach, however you guys want to reference, where the people had a choice on who to save, right? Are you gonna save the criminal? Are you gonna save the Son of the Most High? Which one will we invest in? Which one will we support? And you seen the people was like, take down a criminal. Let them live. Conform to this world or be canceled? Let's talk about it, family. Faith, I appreciate you giving me the feedback. Says, Shalom, you are loud and clear. Amen, amen. Yeah, family, I've been seeing a lot of things come up lately, especially with the evolution that's going on in our world. I say evolutions with many quotation marks around it. It's just really, for lack of better words, discouraging. It makes things frustrating for brothers as myself, who strive for righteousness. And as you see, these social constructs literally go against that. And people who are deemed in positions of so-called power obviously infiltrate and try to advertise wickedness on high levels. And so, family, really take in consideration as we break down this conversation. I want you guys to know that, hey, Most High, He definitely always makes a way. For me and myself, my family, we have never been forsaken. And to say I do not conform to what's taking place in this world, I don't care about being canceled. As you guys know, hey, it's the beginning. We are in the month of June, and let's just say there's an appropriate way to communicate out here in the month of June where if you're not socially conforming, hey, you can get canceled. You can get fired from your job. Hey, I've experienced it. So, hey, y'all already know what we like to do over here, family. Before we even get into the discussion at hand, I got some vibes that I want to bring out. So go ahead, get y'all water. Go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and share the video, man. Make sure people get in tune with the message. Hey, tap in. If you feel as though this is a message that you want to be able to share some insight, my comment section is open. I would love to have that engagement. So keep that in mind as well, family. Let's go ahead and get these vibes set off right. And then we're going to go ahead and get into this conversation. Let's just see. Man, I just want to be free. I just want to love.
Different.
It's just different. Yeah, Okay.
It's just different. Divinely searching and seeking. I'm a man on a mission. Creating and praising, thanking y'all for the intuition. My purpose to lead a nation through prayer and supplication. Inspiring occupation, ministering inquisition. I just want to live right. I just want to be free. I just want to feel love. I just want to live right. I just want to be free. I just want to feel love. I just want to live right. I just want to be free. I just want to feel love. I just want to live right. I just want to be free. I just want to feel love. It's just different when we speak up for what we believe. They call us misfit. They say that communication is key, but they don't listen. The propaganda negating the fact that slander a deceiving extravaganza. Now can I be real with you in this stanza? When questioning life, where is all the answers? When friends turn to foes and yes turn to no's, let the story unfold, only I knows. I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, It's just different, walking up the straight and narrow, evading the devil's arrows like Moses escaping Pharaoh, meditating in the meadows. I hit an echo, I feel safe in the shirt, conversations from a get-go. It was planned from the get-go, grace and mercy won't let go. Can't X me out, tic-tac-toe, switching it up with the flow. And miraculously and anonymously appeared in front of me, astonishing, annotating illustration, articulate what I see. When I open up my eyes and I see the sunrise, it just make me realize y'all been grinding for me. I send my praises to the sky, lift my hands up high. Hallelujah, glory to Yah. 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 It's just different. Listen, I keep it simple, your soul that they try to swindle, don't let them get to your mental. Conscious and consequential, considering the potential, believing is inessential, manifesting evidential. Faith is the substance what we hope for, evidence of the unseen. Enlighten me of what it means, spiritually our vision and exposition, fruition. No following world traditions, too many are contradictions, petition for prohibition. I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna. It's just different, so divine, keep in mind, stay aligned, don't confine, be the light that will shine over time, be the sight for the blind, be the voice for the mind, having it to always hear, persevere with faith, no fear, your dreams appear. Reality's what you make it, keep striving, don't let them take it. We building up a great nation, cementing the true foundation, the reason behind creation. Y'all's will be done, revelations, I'm seeking the great salvation. I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna live right, I just wanna be free, I just wanna feel love, I just wanna.
You know? Hey, family. Man, when I vibe with y'all, I know where it come from. All praises to the Most High. And I just want to live right. I just want to be free. I just want to feel love. I just want to. And family, take in consideration, the vibes is going to go hand in hand with the message. Because as we over here talking about this so-called social credit system, hey, what do people out here just want to do? And how are we actually looking at this world and saying what's going to transpire next? Hey, all I can say, family, the things that I've experienced and the things that I've witnessed thus far in my youth, and to say that I can see into the future, if things continue like this, man, we are living in some very interesting times. So I got one more vibe. Stick with me, family. As I let y'all know, hey, we going to correlate these vibes to this message at hand. And family, I really want y'all feedback on this. What do you guys think about this so-called social credit system? We're going to break it down. So, hey, here we go. Man. Woo! They just want to create content. For who? Unknown. For what? Money. Hey, it's just different. Listen, I keep it simple, yo, so that they try to swindle. Don't let them get to your mental. Consciously consequential, believing is inessential. Come on, man. I got one more for y'all, and then we're going to get into the meat of the discussion, family.
Servants,
not for profit.
obey your masters.
Let's get it.
That's right. Servants, obey your masters.
That's right.
And taking that scripture, they manipulated and made themselves that master that the Bible was talking about.
That's right.
You know?
So if you want to talk about terrorism,
Using scriptures of prophet, claiming you a prophet, stop it. I ain't trying to hear new age pastors really lost it. Where they leading people, all these deceivers I see through. Got a church on every corner, but the views be full of scorners. They label me a misfit cause I speak the truth. The proof is in the spirit, I just show my fruits. We at war spiritually, I'm calling on recruits. Studying to show myself approved, I'm astute. Who you rooting for? The most I never lose. Using scriptures to confuse who the real Jews. I know that conversation is a verse of so taboo. Don't let them govern your mental, a religious cue. Consumerism is the new religion. It's driven by pastors and competition. He who has the eyes, I hope you pay attention and listen. There's nothing new in this world, it was all written. Now let me shed some light on my position. I'm searching and I'm seeking intuition. If you need healing, you go to a physician. But if you need salvation, gotta pay tuition. A house of prayer turned into a den of thieves. They preach a nation under God pyramid schemes. Preach performance for prosperity by all means. What's worse, a drug addict or religious fiend?
In the name of Jesus, you be made whole by the power of God.
And as I speak clearly, I hope you comprehend. Better is open rebuke than a hidden hand. Shall grace be abound if we live in sin? I don't pretend my fleshy ways, I do contend. All praises to Almighty for girding up my psyche. Don't care if no man like me. I'm balling like I'm Kyrie after they dropped it from Nike. Heroes to heroes, Christ died and he rose. The message so simple. Faith and desire in my attire. I confess the Most High is my supplier. Obedience is not demanded, it's required. Hamashiach showed the way, I'm a subscriber. Y'all's been a factor, I know I've been a factor. Divide the word of truth, don't let the world distract you. Be fruitful and multiply, y'all commands I comply. Mandates I deny, send praises to the Most High. It's just different when you're walking in the light. Dawn of a new day, I'm a Hebrew tribe Levite. With the spiritual sword, it's my duty to ward until the breaches restore the golden crown, my reward. Using scriptures to profit, claiming you a prophet. I ain't trying to hear it. New age pastors really lost it. Where they leading people, all these deceivers. I see through God a church on every corner, but the pews be full of scorners. And for this cause, God shall send them a strong delusion.
You know?
That they should believe a lie. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth. But have pleasure in unrighteousness. But we
let
are
me
bound
talk to y'all
give
today.
thanks always to the God for you.
Let me bring something out today.
Of the Lord, because God has something to give.
Hey,
Chosen
if y'all scared to speak right now,
of the Spirit,
sit back
and believe of the truth. 2 Thessalonians, chapter 11.
Real man, stand up.
Through 13.
Racism is terrorism. If you got me looking up to white people to think they are superior and look down at myself as a black man to teach me that I'm...
Woo! How y'all feeling in the chat, man? Hey, they say I had to play the vibes right swift so I could get this message out and hit it on one accord, man, with y'all. As far as family, we really have to take in consideration what's being implemented right before our eyes. What is it that you want to do in this world? And obviously, everybody has their own right to be able to go out there and have a sense of providing for themselves and for their family. But in which way does it get to the point where you have a government over here creating a system that is based on social constructs that obviously, what are the standards? And when we get to this point where we're in a month right now where if you begin to operate or speak about what's happening and what's being glorified, you can be canceled from your job. You can be canceled from your livelihood. You can be canceled from living. So let's take in consideration how deep this conversation is right now, family. And I really want to bring it out from a standpoint of a man who is not afraid to speak no matter what conditions I'm in, no matter what environment I'm in. I will speak my mind and I will pray to the Most High that He guides me through. All praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High for giving me the insight, for giving me the courage, for giving me the ability to be able to articulate myself in these times right now. Because not many people have that. And as I talk and as I have these conversations, I see who people are. And hey, if you over there on that side of the fence, be quiet and sit down and listen. But for the real man, stand up. Let me hear something. How y'all feel about this conversation? Let's start off right here. What does a social credit system mean? Let's talk about it. I get it, family. Y'all ain't seen Lee like this in a minute, man. I usually come on and I'm loving, right? I usually come on and I'm smiling. I'm usually coming on and I'm singing. But hey, as I start to see the complete disarray and dismay of my people, it brings to me a spirit of frustration where I have to speak stern now because all that sweet talk ain't working. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. We in here, family. Hey, as y'all see, the title of this video, the social credit system, conform or be canceled. Oh yeah, man. We gonna ruffle some feathers today. Make sure y'all keep the chat engaging. Make sure y'all keep the chat enlightened. If y'all in here with me right now, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. If y'all love the vibes, man, let me know. I see we got a couple people watching in the overflow, but you know, hey, we living in that time right now where people are, let's just say, people know how to communicate given if it makes them feel good. Salute Leon the Servant, man. I see you in the building, Ott. But let's go ahead and break it down, man. Y'all know what I love to do over here. How we gonna talk about a subject matter and we don't even know what it means. So if I could have someone help me elaborate on what this social credit system means, yeah, that would be great. Otherwise, hey, we gonna go ahead and get into it. My brother already quick with the responses, man. Social credit system is a matrix where people are vindicated in judging by the look and perception of a situation versus the examining the whole matter. Woo! Hey, that's a lot right there, man. And y'all know me. I look at these words and I gotta break every little dialect down. Social, how you talk, the communication, what's taking place between you and other people. Credit, that's something that's given unto you, which gives you the ability to have purchase power, you know, gives you the ability to have some type of value, right? And when you talk about credit, or when you talk about a credit card, you know, it's the idea that you can go out and get things based on your name. You know, you got credit. Someone's giving you credit. You feel me? And then, of course, a system, something that operates, something that has a program. That's hey, we gonna get there, family. Hey, my ox say I could break it down to you in 1 or 2 sentences. Love, family, love. Not many people can. And so when we talk to people in this social credit system world, and when we really identify who other individuals are, and as we start to see, hey, how many people can respond to us in a way that gives us solution based on a simple conversation and simple words. And let's just say this, when you look at this world and the constraints that socially, if you say something wrong, you can be out of a job. And I've experienced that, family. If you guys been in tune with the channel thus far, it got to the point where, you know, I was making content that was very, very one-sided, and as it should be. As you guys know, in the back scenes, I have a role in the society as being, let's just say, a counselor or a technician, a behavioral technician to little kiddos who suffer or many times are misdiagnosed as having autism. So I'm in this field of literally communication, of mental health, where I talk to these kids and I tell them the correct way to behave, right? Or what I thought was the correct way to behave. Where I created some content. I created some content, family. And this content was very controversial. As I was stating in this discussion, I don't believe kids should be taught and be brought into the light of sexual proclivities. I don't think kids should be taught the gay BCs. That was just something that I deemed was wrong. And as I was approached, I told people, hey, that is wrong. Matter of fact, my words were, that is not right. You know, I didn't want to condemn somebody by saying that is wrong. You know, I was like, hey, that's not right. You know, I tried to take a sweeter, lighter tone to it, you know, because I'm comprehending this social credit system that's already in place, but is not fully in place yet. But family, we're gonna bring something very pivotal out. I got a lot of notes. I got a lot of things that I want to share with y'all, and y'all probably like, Lee, what you talking about, a social credit system? We ain't doing nothing like that over here. Yeah, keep in mind, family, and as I'm telling you guys my experience as I spoke in this subject matter, and to say that me having some type of socially bad name, hey, it cut me from having a job. Not because how I was doing the job. Not how I was changing lives, and not how I was actually implementing these so-called behavioral plans and seeing improvements in these little kiddos' lives. No, not because of that. Because of what I said that may have offended a certain group of people. So when you talk about not even actually having the skill and talent to do a job, but you're talking about someone who has a job just based on them conforming to ideas in society, now you're looking at a system or a community, a country who has people who are unqualified in positions, but they're in that position because they can communicate the right way, or they're not going against the so-called agendas. Man, now I speak on the difference of credit versus debt, the illusion versus possession of said purchasing power, or i.e. authority of said circumstance. Hey, hey, man, that's a whole nother video right there. I hear where you're going to. That's a whole nother video. We might have to make that part 2 for real, because when you talk about debit and when you talk about obviously your money being stored up, but can you use it in time? Hey, that's different as well. Man, Faith said people are already ranking us in their minds based on how we follow or don't follow the given social norms. Facts. How y'all feeling in the chat right now? What y'all think about this so-called idea of a social credit system? Will you be the one that, when you see this construct roll out, would it be a great idea and saying, you know what? Yeah, people should get paid off of how they behave. Yeah, people should be able to, you know, if you're not behaving right, if you're not behaving by society terms, yeah, you should be punished. Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? Should people be punished by not having the constructs of what it means to behave socially correct? Let me know. I want to see where y'all at. You know what? Let me go ahead and start a poll. I feel like people engage more in a poll because, you know, we got a couple of people watching in the overflow right now, but hey, I guess we got too many people who go along with this idea right now, and let's just say it's easy to click a button and to speak. So I get it. Let me go ahead and start this poll. Nah, man, for kids. But what you guys think? If this social credit system comes out, will you accept it? Will you accept a social credit system society? Yes or no? Will you accept a social credit system society? Yes or no? The poll is in the chat. Let me know. So let's go ahead and get into it, family. I got some information I want to bring out. So we're going to go ahead and pretty much break down what social credit system means. After my extensive research, family. Come on, man. Y'all know we got Google. Social credit system. And to say that it's already being implemented in China. So, as you guys can see here, the SCS is a government-developed national credit rating and blacklist that evaluates the trustworthiness of individuals, businesses, and government institutions. The system assigns social credit scores to citizens based on their behavior, with the idea that people will act better if they are rewarded for good behavior and punished for bad behavior. So when you talk about being rewarded, right? When you talk about someone actually receiving something to make them behave in a certain way. And family, let me break this down, because this is literally what I do on a day basis. As far as in the field that I work in, you know, it's called ABA, Applied Behavioral Analysis. I'm considered a mental health technician. And one of the implementations that we have to be able to help these kiddos change their behaviors around is called a token economy. It's a structure where we pretty much set out a board where we give the kids so-called these tokens, or money in a sense of their idea, where they can go and purchase, or they receive something in order for them to be able to, you know, do the correct behavior that we're looking for them. And then that tells them, hey, if I keep on doing this behavior, I'm gonna get whatever I want. So let me tell you guys the way that it's implemented. Given that, you know, on a smaller scale, you're one-on-one, and if you have kids, you kind of do this. Hey, come here. You want some candy? All right, go clean up first. They go clean up. All right, here goes your candy. That's good behavior. That is considered a social credit system. That is considered a token economy in the forms of what I implement, ABA. So when you talk about this on a grand scale, you're literally saying that people are going to be watching your behavior. And also, if you are not behaving in the way that is socially acceptable, guess what? You can be punished. And I'm here to say, family, I've also received that punishment. For what? For me not obviously accepting and conforming to the ideals of society that they're trying to push on us right now. As far as when I was talking about the gay BCs, I was like, hey, that is not right. And the powers that be, hey, they went out and told their other people and was like, hey, Lee is over here communicating, saying, you know, it's not right that we teach kids this. And he said, you know, it's not right for two men to be together. He said it's not right for two women to be together. And obviously, me saying those things offended many people. Where, hey, we look at this idea of social credit system. You had people come together and was like, how can we punish Lee for saying these things? Get rid of him. Cancel him. Get them out of here. And when you have that rampant tyranny of people who can pretty much take away your livelihood, hey, it's different out here. I just want to feel love. I just want to live right. Hey, I told y'all the vibes gonna go hand in hand. And if you guys heard that one lyric in that song, when we speak up for what we believe, they call us misfit. So now you're living in a world right now where if you believe something that is totally opposite from what the social norm is, and if you begin to speak up, and if there is a so-called social credit system that's going to be implemented within America pretty soon, and I will bring out some of these little nitbits to show you guys that we're inching closer and closer there, you will see, people are definitely not too far away from the idea of saying, hey, if this person is behaving wrong considered on society terms, we can pretty much punish them by taking away access for them to go to the gym. We could take away access for them to go eat at restaurants. We can take away access for them to pretty much create a livelihood for themselves, and we can discredit their name. So people do not even want to do business with them. They cannot buy or sell. But, if they follow along with everything we say, if they put on a mask, if they take this vaccine, hear me out. If they don't spread any bad information about this vaccine, and y'all see it on social media right now, YouTube is a social credit system. You go to YouTube and you support content creators because you obviously agree in the way that they behave. When you go to YouTube and you do not support, or if you do not uphold the same ideas of a so-called content creator, and if you have a spirit of wanting to, I guess punish them, guess what? You're going to leave a comment in there and saying, hey, the things that you do, repent. You need to, So there's already these ideals in place right now. Man. Now they are giving you permission to be not the most high. That's where the illusion of authority of self comes in. Man. And it hits different, family. And as I'm speaking from experience of seeing this taking place, not just, implemented on me, but hey, I get it. I have a family. There's ways that I want them to behave and things that I believe that is right, and which, hey, if you're not following along with the program, and say, I pray every day that the program that I have is logical and fair, where it's not based on if someone's saying something that I like, but something that is reality. And as I look out right now, and as I comprehend the systems that's taken over, does it really make sense? If it did, wouldn't everybody be at peace? Where does all the mental health crisis come from if everything was making sense? And so I'm literally in the field where I'm seeing the byproducts of this social credit system and so-called behavior really being unchecked, because obviously you can't check everyone. But now we're getting into a space where everything is documented. Everything is pretty much recorded. So you have these systems already being implemented where you're being watched. And if you say the wrong things, if you over here spreading misinformation, how so easily the powers that be can punish you. But all praises, all honor, all glory to the Most High, family. I'm here to say that the more and more the world's try to punish me, the more and more the Most High progresses me. And I'm thankful to say that, hey, I'm here today. Still smiling, still striving, still have my voice as a man. Because as I look back in time and I see that this social credit system was implemented very slowly, and even from the generations before, where you have these so-called men who had to make a way in their life where, hey, 50 years ago, people that look like me could not just go out and speak on political subject matters. People that look like me couldn't even behave in a way where, you know, they couldn't talk to other certain people because they would be punished. Hey, let you whistle at somebody of the other color, y'all already know what happened. I know this is a very heavy conversation, family. I get it. Let me know if y'all still in the building right now. How y'all feeling? I see we got a couple of viewers watching, but hey, I want to check the temperature right now to see if y'all still following along, man. What's going on in the chat, man? How y'all feel about this social credit system? Let me go ahead and check the polls. Hey, 100% of the people say no. I feel like, hey, I'm in agreement. I would definitely will be very against this social credit system because let me tell you why. It can be manipulated, which it already has been. Now you have people who behave in a way where what's good, what's bad. And when I look at the society and how it's already being ran, I'm looking at who's being promoted, who is actually the people that they accept in this world and put on forefront. Y'all see who it is. Is it people who think logically? Come on now. And as these, can you even call them rumors now? Allegations. I seen, you know, one of the presidential candidates is obviously about to get locked up or put on some type of house arrest. They say that he's about to get punished by the system, but people are still supporting it. People are still supporting him. There was a clip that came out where that was like, hey, after that verdict came out of him being a criminal, more people actually started to support him. So we live in a time right now where socially people will support criminals. So what's hey, if bad behavior or if criminal behavior is being supported, what's going to be the moral standpoint of this social credit system? And all I could do is give you guys examples as far as what I've experienced, you know, with my job and how I was operating in there socially and how they, hey, I can't be speaking like that around those people. I get it. And family, as we move on in this world, we have to have some type of aptitude within us to know that we do have the power on what takes place in this world that we see. But if we give that up, hey, the outcome is tyranny. I'm just letting you guys know. It's not going to be good if we let these so-called powers that be implement this social credit system. And it's already happening. Look at YouTube, look at Instagram, look at Facebook, where you have these so-called content creators. And I consider myself a content creator in the form of I create content, you know, but in a sense of socially, hey, is the content that I create acceptable? Do people support it? Is it something that is deemed right in society terms? As I have these conversations where obviously I'm having consciousness and logical dialect with people. I hope that it's people. I hope that it's real people, you know, in a sense of, let's figure out what's going to be an outcome as far as if we're behaving like this. And as you guys see, as far as my content, you know, I try to display a behavior that is unlike anything you see out there on YouTube. As far as, hey, if you see somebody like me, hey, majority of the times, the bigger platforms or the bigger, you know, content creators, you know, the bigger entertainers, hey, they're usually doing something on the lines of, well, it's not as controversial. It's not as consciously thought about. You usually have people that are accepted, you know, comedians, entertainers, pastors. You know, you have those people that are usually more accepted. And so what that tells me right there, their behavior is being supported. They're literally giving support from people to say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. They're being rewarded for how they behave. Check that out, family. You have people who get on YouTube and keep getting back on YouTube because they're being rewarded on the type of behaviors that they show. You have people on Instagram where, hey, they make comedy reels or they make content where they're just dancing around and they're being rewarded for their behavior. So guess what that's going to tell that person? Hey, if I keep on behaving like this, I'm going to keep on being rewarded. You have people on Facebook, obviously, they're being rewarded to keep on creating the same type of content. People are giving them gifts. People are sending gifts. People are sending contributions. People are sending support. People are literally advocating for their behavior. Say over here, family, hey, may the Most High keep providing for me and mine. And I don't create content for you. Say, I just create because my Father tells me to. And if it offends you, hey, so be it. I know at the end of the day, I do not conform to this world and the constructs that are around. So for me to say that I'm behaving socially correct in order to get rewards from society, I could care less. You guys don't have to like the video. You guys can unsubscribe right now. I will still be creating content. Because my reward does not come from you. My treasures are in heaven. Let me talk about it. Hey. Where is that? Isaiah? Book of Isaiah? Woe unto them. We're in that time where evil is good and good is evil, where you have this social credit system where people lack morality. So when you try to implement a social credit system, you got to even have a basis or a standard. What is the basis or standard of behavior that they're even going off of? Let's see if we can find some. So here we go. What impacts, or what do you think will impact your social credit system? Let's put some insights in the chat. What do you think will impact your social credit system positively in this society right now? What do you think that people will support? What do you think that people will reward if you behave in a manner? What behaviors will people reward in society to have a positive impact on your social credit system? So what do you have to do as a person where you're going to be like, you know what? Yeah, this is how I'm going to make a living. Because now, family, I want you guys to get in the mindset of this. Technology is expanding at a high rate where you have now them being able to emulate service workers. Yeah. So every job that is considered somewhat of a service, you can have a robot do that. Hear me out, family. Fast food, you can have a robot do that. A telemarketer, some type of service where you got to call people, you can have a robot do that. So if you get all these robots to replace these service jobs that it was normally just, humans working, how then will we create a system, or how then will people be able to have some type of income in life, or be able to provide if there are no more jobs? A social credit system. You already got the robots doing the work for you. So then it's like, hey, if you're just behaving correctly, you get to live with us. Am I going off the deep end here, family? Let me know. Woo! Faith said people who go along and don't think for themselves is obviously one of the ways that you can impact your social credit score positively. Do we have anybody else in the chat who can bring out an idea of what may be able to impact your social credit system in a positive manner? Let's go ahead and look at some of these and bring this up, and then we're gonna hop into this video, and then I'm gonna bring out just one more example, man, of this social credit system really being implemented into society very minutely, but over time it's going to really increase, family. If y'all haven't been peeping all the nitbits and nuggets that I've been dropping thus far, really sit back and look at all these social media sites, and to say that it is a job now. People are able to make a livelihood off of social media. So let's see here. So what impacts social credit scores? It says some of the positive, or it doesn't say, but just based off of my comprehension, I can see that the green one would be the positive impacts and the red one would be the negative ones. Okay, so some positive impacts of your social credit scores would be donating to a charity, donating blood, helping the poor, cleaning up the neighborhood, taking care of aging family members. Those will be some type of things that, will make someone have a positive credit score. Some things that will make people have a negative credit score, as you see. Cheating, whatever that means. Jaywalking, drunk driving, stealing, possibly lying. What else? What else do you think will have a negative impact on your social credit system? Speaking up for yourself. Not doing what you're told to do. Hey, do you guys see what's happening and truthfully unfolding right before our eyes? And we could say that this all pretty much, the beginning of it started 2020, where you had people literally put masks on their face, and socially, if you were that person who did not put that mask on their face, hey, it impacted you in a negative way. People talk bad about you. Hey, how come you don't have your mask on? Hey, you can't come in here and eat. Hey, you can't come in this gym. Hey, we're not gonna reward you for coming into this restaurant or in this grocery store. No, you need a mask on your face if you want to receive these rewards. if you want to receive these benefits of life, you need a mask on your face. You need to take this vaccine. You're not listening to our mandates. We're gonna fire you. Say I've experienced that, family. 2020. I did not get the vaccine. I did not adhere to the mandates. I literally laughed at my so-called CEO. And I was like, yeah, nah, that ain't for me. Yeah. You know, I'm sorry about your rules and regulations, but hey, I just cannot conform to that idea. I'm healthy. I speak in life over myself. I'm good. Me and my family, we good. We don't need that. Thank you though. You know what they told me? They told me I was a fool. They told me I was putting people's lives in danger. Got to the point where I had a whole paragraph of the CEO emailing me and literally calling me stupid and so on and so forth. And then that at the end, just to say that I was terminated from my job. Not because of how I did my job. No. Not because of literally what I was doing and the impact that I had in my job. No. Because I just did not conform to the social constructs of the so-called governmental. Which is kind of sick. Because now that you look at it, you know, I'm looking back and of course that person who fired me and say I was getting emails about trying to get me to come back. And I definitely laughed. But we're living in that time right now where, hey, Faith said it. Woe unto them that call good evil and evil good, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. But let's go ahead and get to this video, family. It's pretty much a warning here, fair use. Gonna be using this video for commentary, edification purposes. Gonna just be listening to what the insights this man has to say as far as his social credit system and seeing if we could take something away from it and really being aware of what's taking place out here. So here you go. The title of this video is called China's Social Credit System, a Warning for America. It's about 12 minutes, family. Hopefully we can watch a little bit of it and be able to take something away from it. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Let me know if you guys can see.
So imagine living in a country where different behaviors, the way you live, they have a social credit score. And if you do good things, you get good scores. If you do bad things, you get points taken away from you, such as if you have bad driving or traffic offenses. If you watch too much porn, you lose points, okay? Jaywalking, smoking on trains, not cleaning up after your dog, you lose points on your social credit score. Not having your dog on a leash, you lose points. Not paying taxes, okay. Playing too many video games, you lose points. Making frivolous purchases, consuming too much alcohol or junk food, criticizing the government.
Y'all heard what he was about to say there. Criticizing the government. I wonder what my social credit score gonna look like if I'm over here reading scriptures. Hey, let me know in the chat, family. Do you think reading the Bible is going to be good for your social credit system? Put a 1 in the chat if you say yes, reading the Bible is going to be good for your social credit system. Put a 2 in the chat if you say no, that reading the Bible is going to be good for your social credit system. Let me know. I'm separating here. I'm dividing right now. I'm seeing where people is at. And ooh, family, bringing out an idea like this. you really get to see how people's spirits is operating. Because people gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, you can't talk about Bible. That's wrong. Let's see where y'all heads is at. But we could talk about any other thing, you know. You can't criticize the government. That's wrong. Family. And I want you guys to really comprehend the position that I'm standing with right now. Know that everything in place, as far as the society, even as far as the government, it's supposed to be a service to you. It's supposed to be a service to the people. So, you know how you can pretty much review or, hey, tell someone who's giving you food if it tastes good or if it tastes bad. They're servicing you the food, right? You shouldn't be banned from telling someone, hey, this food is good, or hey, this food is bad. The government or society is serving you. You get what I'm saying? So you should be able to say, hey, this is good or this is bad. Let's keep on going with this video.
Making frivolous purchases, consuming too much alcohol or junk food, criticizing the government, you lose a lot of points, criticizing the social credit system, visiting unauthorized websites, being friends with or messaging others with low scores or those who...
Sheesh. You can't even associate yourself with a lower score and to say, family, we kind of already see that. I mean, do you see the rich people talking to the poor people? Hey, that's gonna mess up your social credit score. They're gonna be like, ugh, why you talking to that person? Why you talking to that homeless person? Ugh, why you know? So where we have this respect of persons ideal going on, and to say it's even gonna be more exasperated in the future.
who commit the above offenses, you lose scores. You may say, there's no way something like this exists. There's a country out there called China that is using this system called the social credit score system.
And it's already a reality. And slowly but surely, it's being implemented over here. Family, I've experienced it. You've experienced it on some small level. As soon as they start to implement and roll out a high level of technology taking over these so-called jobs in the service industry, how else are you going to be able to maintain or be able to provide for your family? To say that you're going to have a government in place who's going to be like, you know what? We already have everything as far as abundance of resources, and necessarily you do not have to work to receive it. But you're going to have to behave correctly in order to receive these reward points to be able to benefit or engage in our society.
That other countries are watching and saying, what a brilliant idea. We're going to talk about that today. So listen, quick warning, by the time you watch this video, you may be inspired to want to move to China because it's just such a wonderful place to live where people can control your decisions, your thoughts. You have a scoring system. So brace for impact. The inspiration is going to go higher the longer you stick around. But if this thing gives you value, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So by 2022, an estimated 80% of provinces, regions, and cities had introduced some version of the system. More than 33 million businesses in China have already been given a score under some version of the corporate social credit system. And China's social credit system rates individuals, ready, based on the aggregation and analysis of data in some trials.
How do you think they're getting all of this information? Say China is already over there heavily involved with the technology where they have not only, this social credit system, but as you guys probably heard, hey, they have some type of a surveillance state where everything that you do is being watched. That's how they're able to identify how you behave. So think about this, family. You got somebody literally watching where you go, watching what you do on the internet, watching what you type in, watching how you talk to other people, and then they're determining, hey, is this a good socially person or is this a bad socially person? To the point where, should we give them rewards in life or should we punish them by not letting them do things like travel or walk into gyms or even having access to a certain amount of food or having access to some type of knowledge? And say if your social credit system is bad, will you be able to go and learn at the top schools? Take heed to what I'm saying. If your social credit system score is horrible, do you think they're going to accept you at a college, university where they implement these ideas? Say it ain't even going to be about money anymore. Even if you do have the money to go to these schools, they're going to be like, nah, you don't, your behavior is too bad. You cannot learn this. Using scriptures of prophet, claiming you a prophet. Stop it. Let's keep going, family.
They have involved a single numerical score between 1 to 1,000, similar to a FICO score. Sometimes it's A through D, but it's not like the FICO score that you're thinking about in America. So don't be like, well, what's wrong with that? We have that in America. I got a 620 FICO score. I got an 820 FICO score. Very, very.
And people already talk like that too. Hey, what's your credit score? And then they base that off of the, constructs of you being able to go and get things, go and have so-called rewards of life, materialistic things. If you got a good credit score, you're able to go and get loans to be able to start businesses. But if you have a horrible credit score, guess what? Ain't no bank gonna loan you nothing. You ain't gonna be able to start no business, especially if you ain't got nothing. So it's already here in a very minute way, but say the constructs are really gonna change around where, hey, family, as I'm telling you guys, technology is expanding at an exponential rate where it is going to, at some point, if we don't speak up about it, it's going to replace these service jobs. That's going to be everybody who works in a field of service. Amazon, being a package handler, even all the way to the restaurants, being someone who's making food, even to the point, hey, they're gonna take away musicians' jobs of servicing the people for entertainment. And even entertainment, as far as movies, it's not gonna be real people anymore. It's gonna be robots. It's gonna be animations. It's gonna be artificial intelligence creating this. So now you're gonna have a world, literally everything is gonna be serviced by robots, to the point where there's not gonna be jobs, but we're gonna have everything in abundance, but it's gonna be controlled by a government. And to say that they're going to be able to pick and choose which people are going to receive the rewards and benefits of life based on how you behave. If I'm saying anything that is taboo, family, please correct me in the chat. Let me know. Let's keep going.
Different FICO score. In America, your FICO score has nothing to do with how much porn you consume or how much video games you consume. Brandon got nervous for a second because that was the part he was not happy about. However, we're going to keep this in and we're going to continue.
Sheesh.
Let me give you the timeline of how they came up with this. In 2009, local governments launched the first round of SCS pilots, SCS, the social credit system. 2014, June, State Council issues a roadmap for building a comprehensive social credit system for citizens, companies, and organizations by 2020. January 2015, the People's Bank of China select 8 companies to develop pilot consumer programs for this system. April 2016, 32 urban districts are selected for the pilot system. January 2018, 12 cities are selected. April 2019, a senior official warns that companies with low social credit scores will face disciplinary measures, including restricted finance.
So you have people, obviously, who have low credit scores, they will face disciplinary measures and restricted financing. And here go my thing, family. Don't speak in Hegelian dialect. Say it straightforward. If you have a low credit score, you will face death. That's literally what they're trying to say. Because when you say disciplinary measures, you're punishing somebody. And then when you're talking about restricting finances, when you talk about restricting support, when you talk about restricting someone's way to provide, and not just for themselves, but for their family, look at how these people communicate. Out the side of their neck. When you implement this stuff, you're literally saying anybody that's behaving opposite, we're going to punish them to death. Because to do that, hey, now they're becoming God. Not my God, but hey, to say people are going to look at them and be like, oh, I have to obey. I have to be obedient to these mandates, so I can have a good social credit system, so that my ways won't be restricted, so that my finances will be abundant. I have to have a good credit system. That is how 85 to 90% of the people are going to think. Y'all willing? You know, you get more that inspires other individuals to stand up and speak against this implementation. But for the most part, I see a lot of people who are going to be let alone in the pastures. The sheep that are literally going to uphold this ideal. And as I made the correlation and the metaphor and analogy to when you had Christ being hung next to the murderer, and the society was like, nah, man. Hey, the judge asked him, who should we release? Should we release this man who's been over here disturbing everybody's peace? Or should we release this man that's an accused and also, hey, probably did murder people? You had society literally choose the murderer. They were implementing a social credit system. They were implementing disciplinary measures and restricting the so-called livelihood of an individual based on how they behaved, not what they did. Not question if it was good or bad, but socially, if it was somewhat acceptable. You got to look in this world. How many people actually think logically? Very few.
That's a very big deal if you're not going to be getting financing. June 2019, State Council agrees to speed up the building of social credit systems, which will include a blacklist element. And in 2020, deadline for implementation. So now let's go through individuals, then we'll look at companies. Individuals, data collection. This is when system aggregates data on.
And here goes one of the very integral parts of the social credit system, where you talk about individually, they're going to be looking at everyone in a microscope. How are you behaving? Let me see your records. Let me see how you drive. Let me see if you were actually convicted of anything in your life. What do you do online? Family, I will share with you all my experience and say that this has already been something that has been taking place in my life, where based on how I was socially behaving with individuals in the workplace, based on my online behavior, you had a so-called CEO of the company come to me and was like, yeah, man, we're gonna restrict your finances. You know what? At this point, we're just gonna punish you because, hey, you're fired. You're not behaving in the way that we want you to. You're not complying. I was doing the job, but obviously, this social credit system, hey, I was deemed not fit. And so you have these people literally looking at you under a microscope, collecting data. Doesn't that remind you of something? Yeah, there's something spark in your mind when you hear about this idea of you being watched very closely.
On individuals based on various sources, including financial records, social behavior, compliance with traffic rules, legal judgments, and even online behavior. Number 2, scoring and ratings. Individuals receive scores based on their behavior. High scores typically reflect responsible financial behavior, law-abiding actions, and socially desirable conduct. Low
Socially desirable conduct is really one that I want to hit on, because as I'm reading this Bible, as I'm going through the scriptures, and as I'm walking out here in the world, to say, is it socially desirable conduct to walk past people and say to them, faith's all I need in this world, I know that y'all got me. Faith's all I need in this world, I know that y'all got me. Is that socially desirable conduct? Or is saying bow, 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 bow socially desirable conduct? It's saying twerk, 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 socially desirable conduct. Like, what are we going off the merit? What is the moral basis?
scores may result from death, criminal behavior, traffic violations, and fraud. Number 3, rewards and punishment. High scores can lead to benefits such as lower interest rates on loans, access to high-speed trains and planes without restrictions, and easier access to visas. Low scores might result in penalties like restrictions on travel, slower internet speeds, and difficulty obtaining loans or jobs. And by the
Sheesh. I want you guys to go back and really take heed to this. When you talk about rewarding and punishments, so your high scores can lead to you actually living an easier life. You are able to get loans, like I said, to start these businesses. It's even giving you the ability to go places without restrictions and access to these so-called visas so that you can buy and sell. Family, does this remind you of anything? And then you have these low scores that can restrict you. It's funny how he put lower internet speeds, slower internet speeds in there. It'll be difficult to get jobs. Just say that the low scores may lead to a quicker death. Like, the high scores lead to life and the low scores lead to death. Simply put, your reward is living in this world comfortably and your punishment is death. A horrible life. Who are they trying to play? You gonna let your
restrictions on travel,
you gonna let your government have this much power?
slower internet speeds, and difficulty obtaining loans or jobs. And by the way, if you're saying, what do you mean travel? Restrictions on travel, what does that mean? Well, very simple. According to the National Public Credit Information Center, Chinese courts ban people that wanted to travel from traveling. You know how many times? From buying flights. You know how many? 17.5 million times.
And they're already doing this, family. This is a reality already, to say that if you do not have a great social credit system in China, They're gonna tell you, hey, nah, you can't get on this plane. Where you think you finna go? Nah, go sit back over there. Nah, you ain't finna travel to the other side of the world. Nah, you can't go and get that information from another place to see how they operate over there. Nah, you ain't finna get this knowledge. Literally stopping people from experiencing life based on social constructs unknown. What's the standard? What's the basis?
Times by the end of 2018. We're not even talking about today. You're like trying to book a flight. Hey, I want to go to Vegas. Hey, babe, it's not letting us go to Vegas. What's going on here? Babe, the credit card should work. No, it's just not even letting me book it. Babe, put your passport in. Oh, you put the right number? I did. We can't go to Vegas. Why is that? Because your social credit score sucks. That's why you can't go to Vegas. That's kind of giving you a visual what this means here. Let me continue. So now for businesses, number one, compliance and behavior monitoring. Businesses are monitored for regulatory compliance, the fulfillment of contractual obligations, and overall corporate behavior, including...
He's saying a lot here. I really want to rewind this so we can hear the business aspect, because this is going hand in hand with livelihood. And if you're saying that you cannot operate a business in this world because of you're not socially accepted, literally you're telling people they just cannot be successful.
Because your social credit score sucks. That's why you can't go to Vegas. That's kind of giving you a visual what this means here. Let me continue. So now for businesses, number one, compliance and behavior monitoring. Businesses are monitored for regulatory compliance, the fulfillment of contractual obligations, and overall corporate behavior, including environmental practices and product quality. Number two, ratings impact. A company's rating can affect its business through financing, eligibility for government contracts, and even its ability to participate in certain markets. High ratings may offer advantages like tax incentives and better loans, while low ratings can lead to increased inspections, sanctions, and restricted opportunities. So now you may say, Pat, give me a break. I mean, this kind of stuff you read on the internet. People make videos. There's no way this is true. Business Insider gave a lot of different testimonies of examples of this happened in China. Here's a couple stories for you. A Chinese university suspended a student's enrollment because of his dad's bad social credit. This kid, his student enrollment was suspended because his dad's got a bad score. The father, surnamed Rao, had failed to repay a $29,000 loan and was added to debtors' blacklist that prevented the university from accepting his son. Here's another one for you. Li Xiaolin, a lawyer who was deemed untrustworthy after not fulfilling a court order in 2015, was placed on the list and was unable to purchase plane tickets home. While on a work trip, Human Rights Watch reported he also couldn't apply for credit cards. Here's another one for you. An unidentified woman in Beijing told BBC in 2015 that she was able to book a hotel without having to pay cash deposit because she had a very good score. Can you imagine? She just kind of follows everything, conforming to everything. You can book your hotel because you got such a fantastic social credit score. A 32-year-old entrepreneur who only gave his name as Chen told Foreign Policy in 2018 that I feel like in the past 6 months, people's behavior has gotten better and better. For example, when we drive, now we always stop in the front of crosswalks. If you don't, you will lose your points. At first, we just worried about losing points, but now we got used to it. So now you're watching this, you may be saying, well, Pat, what's wrong with that? You notice even this fellow named Chen said that 6 months later, people are getting...
Yeah, and behaviors are getting better and better. And check it out. People analyze the behavior aspect, but let's look at the spiritual aspect. Is the spirit getting better and better?
Better, right? Why shouldn't we support something like that in America or a different country? Well, let me give you this episode from Black Mirror. It's called Nosedive. In this episode, Lacey Pound, in this episode, you get to interact with somebody. If you like the way they're taking care of you, give them a score, 5-star. Great job. Hey, you look so great. 5-star. Hey, you give me a nice compliment. 5-star. Everybody's kind of like,
hey, man, if y'all haven't already and y'all watching this video and y'all like what we over here discussing, press that like button, man. Give me a good social credit system score, man. Put a thumbs up in the chat. Put some praises in the chat or something, man. Let me know if I'm doing something good. Let me see my social credit system score go up, man. I want to be able to do things in this world. Let me know in the chat. If y'all messing with this video right now, put a 1, put some prayer hands, put a thumb up, like the video. Help me increase my social credit system, man, because right now I ain't gonna stun. It's looking a little low, man. I need y'all help. It's wild out here, man.
Like scoring themselves, others based on interaction they're having. And this girl Lacey, her score is 4.2, and she's trying to get this apartment discount at this luxury apartment community. It's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I can't get into this place. She's being invited to this wedding by her friend, filled with a bunch of 5 stars. So she's like, dude, I gotta go there so I can increase mine from 4.2 to 4.5 so I can go live in this luxury place. Anyways, on the way there, she's starting to have some bad experiences. One of the drivers she goes with has a terrible score. She loses a point off of it. Then she's getting more and more agitated. Eventually, she makes it to this wedding, but when she's at the wedding, she's so angry, she's so furious. Her score is dropped to a 2. And her friends at the wedding, they're like, dude, you cannot be here because you're gonna hurt our score. She gets arrested. She goes to jail. When she goes to jail, her score is a 0. And at jail, when her score is a 0, there's another fellow there who's also got a score of 0. You know what they realized? They start cursing each other out with a smile on their faces. And they found out how happy they are to be able to say whatever they want to say. Hence, freedom of speech. Hence, you ain't got that in China. As much as that episode is a fiction trying to kind of mess with your head type of an episode.
And what I say in the beginning of the chat, real men stand up. Real men able to speak on a one accord and say what's on their mind. How many are out here not confused on who they are and able to speak their mind eloquently? Very far and few in between. Where people are literally losing that inhibition to even speak for themselves because all they do is regurgitate what the government tell them to do. Because if they don't socially act like a good boy, you could be punished. Hey, to the ones that do have an ear, I hope y'all hear and I hope y'all listening. Be you. Yeah. Why conform? What are you conforming to? And to say that someone can emulate having good behavior, but does that always correlate with having a good spirit? Say that you can have the facade of having somewhat of a good behavioral standpoint based on society, based on getting on social media and acting some type of way. You can have these people preach the facade of inclusion and wanting to include everybody. Test the spirit and see how they truly operate. See if it's really good. Conform or be canceled. Social credit system. Well, family, I hope you all enjoyed this conversation at hand. I definitely did. I had a lot I needed to get off my chest. Man, I feel as though I still got a lot more I want to talk about this, but we're coming up on time constraints. So, hey, y'all willing? Hopefully I'll be back soon with another topic of discussion. And family, I just really want to raise awareness. Really want to be able to have these conversations where it sparks some consciousness for people to be able to comprehend what type of world we're living in and being able to see what's going to take place ahead so that we can prepare. If you're not preparing right now, hey, family, this is a message. Take heed. Gird yourself up. Really have some type of ability to comprehend what's being implemented right now and seeing what will be the outcome. Because not many people have that ability and they just go along. Are you gonna be one of those people that just go along with everything that everybody says just because you don't want to go against the grain? You don't want your social credit system to be horrible. Faith coming through with the Jeremiah 17 verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. Hey, appreciate you bringing that out. Are you going to trust in your social credit system? Are you going to trust in this social credit score based on rules and regulations and mandates? Or are you going to trust in the Most High? My favorite scriptures, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6. Y'all already know. Trust in the Most High with all thy heart, lean not unto thine own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he shall direct thy path. And say that that path should be on the lines of life, as the Most High is going to direct you towards living in abundance life. And I'm here to say, family, I'm here to give you all a testimony, even though I went against the grains and did not conform to society, to say that my life was still directed towards progressing and not based on me having anything to do with satisfying a man, being over here socially engaging positively or acceptably with another man, but to say my goal is to walk and continue to serve and continue to be here and reverence the Most High, that he's able to guide me and being able to live in this world abundantly without caring what other people think. To say that's freedom. To say what's on my mind without holding it in, and being able to operate and fulfill my dreams, my goals, and my desires. Hey, that's peace. That's true love. When you can look in the mirror and say, everything you've done, you wanted to do. And given that the Most High provides you with the sustenance to do it, hey, give him all the praises, all the honor, and all the glory. But now I'm looking, man. If you ain't operating in the social constructs that's acceptable within these jobs, if you ain't operating within the social constructs that ain't acceptable within society, within businesses, and even within these churches, conform or be canceled. We're gonna go ahead and end it on that note, family. Hey, let's play that vibe right back, man. Let's go ahead and, hey, what I do over here, family, I'm just saying, not for profit. Say it's to inspire, encourage, and motivate the next to be great. And I'm honored to say that I do it with love in my heart. How many can truly say that they're willing to help without a reward from a brother, without a reward from people clapping, without a reward from people saying, oh, you're doing a good job? I don't care if people give me kudos. I'm not doing anything as far as creating my content for profit. Say that I'm just creating. All praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High. Let's get it.
Servants, obey your masters.
That's right.
And taking that scripture, they manipulated and made themselves that master that the Bible was talking about.
That's right.
You know?
So if you want to talk about terrorism,
Using scriptures of prophet, claiming you a prophet, stop it. I ain't trying to hear new age pastors really lost it. Where they leading people, all these deceivers I see through. Got a church on every corner, but the pews be full of scorners. They label me a misfit cause I speak the truth. The proof is in the spirit, I just show my fruits. We at war spiritually, I'm calling on recruits. Studying to show myself approved, I'm astute. Who you rooting for? The Most High never lose. Using scriptures to confuse who the real Jews. I know that conversation is a verse that's so taboo. Don't let them govern your mental or religious view. Consumerism is the new religion. It's driven by pastors and competition. He who has the eyes, I hope you pay attention and listen. There's nothing new in this world, it was all written. Now let me spend some light on my position. I'm searching and I'm seeking intuition. If you need healing, you go to a physician. But if you need salvation, gotta pay tuition. A house of prayer turned into a den of thieves. They preach a nation under God pyramid schemes. Preach performance for prosperity by all means. What's worse, a drug addict or religious fiend?
In the name of Jesus, you be made whole by the power of God.
And as I speak clearly, I hope you comprehend. Better is open rebuke than a hidden hand. Shall grace be abound if we live in sin? I don't pretend my fleshy ways, I do contend. All praises to Almighty for girding up my psyche. Don't care if no man like me. I'm balling like I'm Kyrie after they dropped in from Nike. Heroes to heroes, Christ died and he rose. The message so simple. Faith and desire in my attire. I confess the Most High is my supplier. Obedience is not demanded, it's required. Hamashiach showed the way, I'm a subscriber. Y'all's been a factor, I know I've been a factor. Divide the word of truth, don't let the world distract you. Be fruitful and multiply, y'all commands I comply. Mandates I deny, send praises to the Most High. It's just different when you're walking in the light. Dawn of a new day, I'm a Hebrew tribe Levite. With the spiritual sword, it's my duty to ward until the breaches restored. A golden crown, my reward. Using scriptures to profit, claiming you a prophet. I ain't trying to hear New Age pastors really lost it. Where they leading people, all these deceivers I see through. Got a church on every corner, but the pews be full of scorners. And for this cause, God shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. But we are bound to give thanks always to the God for you, brethren beloved of the Lord, because God hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth. 2 Thessalonians chapter 11, verse 11 through 13.
Racism is terrorism. If you got me looking up to white people who think they are superior and look down at myself as a black man to teach me that I'm inferior, it's terrorism.
Yeah.
Got it bumping.
Why buy the lie when the truth is free? Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting heart's desires. Faith that anything is possible, probable. With God, I'm unstoppable. Can't deny denial. Life flowing through. Living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics. Pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic. Design planned in fashion.